Today's female rappers are pretenders. Pretenders. There's two type of female rappers in today's music industry. The first female rapper in the music industry that raps about immoral stuff, popping pussy, sex, valuing money over love, money over friendship, money over loyalty, trying to rap about using niggas for their money, using niggas for sex, rapping about stealing other girls' mans, being better than everyone else, talking about how wet their shit is. You get the picture. The first group of females that rap about that shit, those are the type of female rapper pretenders that only rap about that shit because it sells and makes money. Those are the female rappers that allowed themselves to get captured by their audience, which is essentially selling your soul. Even if it's not the female artist herself that got captured by her audience, what's the word? The record label that she signed to, they are captured by the audience of their signed artist. Being captured by your audience means it's pretty much when you start to get attention and fame and you develop a fan base, and now you're so what's it called, like you're so like head whipped, like you're so like head over heels, like you're so like in love, like what's the word, infatuated, that's the word, like you're so like infatuated like with all this attention you're getting and how much money it's making you start doing whatever the audience expects of you or whatever the audience wants you to do to keep them around so you could maintain your current position of wealth and fame. It doesn't matter if what they want from you is unmorally or goes against your own morals or is not how you actually authentically feel about shit. It doesn't matter if the way they want you to act or dress or just the person that they want you to be is literally not you. You don't care. You're gonna be that person just to keep that audience on you, just to keep them hooked on you, just so you can maintain your current position. And that's what it means to sell your soul, which I'm going to make a video about that. Stay in tune for that. I'm going to make a video titled what it actually means to sell your soul, because a lot of people have that misconstrued. The second type of female rappers, pretenders, in today's industry is the female rappers, and I'm really like passionate about this one. It's the female rappers that rap about those same things, popping pussy, robbing, or stealing bitches' mans, or using niggas for their money, or for, just trying to fuck and dip, like, and kind of just act like they have no emotions, right? The second type of female rapper pretenders that rap about that stuff, they're actually like that. Okay, they're not pretending. Okay, like they when the cameras turn off outside of music, that's actually who they are for real. Like they're actually like cutthroat. They actually like don't got no time for a nigga. They actually act like they have a very narcissism about them. They act like they're better and above everyone. They actually like choose money over love. They actually like value money over friendship, over loyalty. Like that's what they sing about and rap about. Like that's real. Like they're not pretending. Like that's actually their current truth. But it's still pretending because it's not authentic. That's not who they authentically are. That's just their current truth. That's just a representation of all their built up traumas that they have not dealt with and healed from, that created this monster. It's a fucking monster because it's ugly to me. That's currently their personality. That's who they currently are. Someone that values a fucking piece of paper and power and wealth and a position over loyalty, love, family, friendship is a fucking demon. That's ugly. And you deserve to be spit on. This group of females right here is the group of females in rap that you will often see deepening their voice. Some of them you can fucking tell like your voice ain't that deep for real, especially like when they go on like an interview and all of a sudden they sound 10 times more feminine than they do on their music. Like, I know I'm not the only, we all are aware of that one female rapper that like her music, she sound tough as fuck, deep ass voice, sound like she don't play, like she really run these streets, and you know, and this group of females, they actually do, you know what I'm saying? That's really who they currently are. But then you hear them in an interview and they are like 10 times more feminine. Like, deep voice drops, like, it's just like, all of a sudden, like, they're like actually the sweetest fucking person. It's like night and day. The second group, this group right here, have a lot of undealt with trauma. They do. They do. They're not necessarily captured by their audience. Some of them are, but not all of them. Most of them are actually just authentic and doing, and this is really like what they rep and represent, and like outside of music, like this is still who they are. But it's just not their authentic self. They're not doing any work for them to be able to come back to who they actually are. And so the authentic version of themselves is hidden from not only the world, but from their own self. So group number one, captured by their audience. Sold their soul. Pretenders, not really who they are. Just captured by their audience to keep their position. Group number two, that is who they actually are, but they're pretenders. Because deep down inside, they know that they're fucking traumatized. They know that everything that they're pushing, that just who they are, stems off of what they've been through, their story, their hurt, their pain that they have not healed. They know that they are still angry inside from what happened when they was 8, 16, 10, 19 years old. But instead of doing the work, going to therapy, talking to your damn self, crying when you need to cry, they don't try to grow from the situation so they could come back home to themselves. Instead, what they do is, okay, it's like they let their emotions run them and rule them. Like, okay, since this is like my 100th, millionth time getting heartbroken, fuck love, I'm just going after money. Still acting off of that hurt, that pain. Still didn't heal it. To heal it is to be over it. Yeah, I've been heartbroken a million times. Okay, like, anyways, I have a crush on this guy and we're gonna be in love. Like, bitch, I'm still gonna be in love. I'm still going to prioritize love because I care about love, and that's just who I am. I've always cared about love. That's why my heart has been broken so many times, because I love hard, and bitch, I'm not gonna stop loving hard. Like, that's what it is to be healed. So they are pretenders because they're fronting like that's who they, and it's who they are, but they're fronting like it's authentic. Like, okay, with this group, I gotta give them grace just a little bit. I gotta give them grace. Group number one, no. But group number two, I gotta give them grace just a little bit, because it is, at the end of the day, they are still operating off of their truth. even though it's not authentically them, they're still in a way being authentic in the moment because they don't know any better. See, it's different if they do know better, but they don't care to go back to who they actually are and heal. Now that's different. I'm not talking about rappers like, if that's you, then I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the female rappers that like generally like they just think like this is the best way, like this is just what I gotta do, like I just gotta stop caring about love and just focus on this money, like this is just and it just turn into their personality, like it just turn into who they are. It just turned them into they just let the world turn them into a monster pretty much. So I gotta give them grace a little bit. But they're still pretenders. Because they know deep down inside they don't actually feel like that. They just think that they have to be like this in order to overcome their past. But they don't realize that the fact that you feel like you have to do anything just shows that you're still trapped and caged in by that very past that you're trying to overcome. The problem that I have with both of these groups, with both of these pretenders, is that they have so much influence. Like they have a lot of power over whoever watches them or listens to their music. Because essentially, the lower class just follows the upper class and tries to be like the upper class in order to feel like they have some sense of upper classness about them too. Like, celebrities make shit trending for the lower class. And if somebody in the lower class makes something trending, they automatically become celebrity status. This is the problem that I have, period, with just influencers and celebrities. You guys only think about yourselves. You're taking the power and influence and wealth that you have to loathe in it, to indulge in it, to enjoy it. And as you should enjoy it, you've earned it. But you can't take it with you when you die. You still go to bed at night, sad and depressed. You can't buy happiness. You can't buy peace. You can't buy fulfillment. You think you'll be fulfilled when you're rich. But that is the big trick. All you'll be is just depressed. So, these influencers and celebrities that only care about themselves and don't, because they're baby spirits, they lack the ability to actually think and go inside and like, wait, I'm on top of the world right now. I have all this, I have that, I have what the average person dreams of, right? I'm living the dream right now. But okay, now that I've reached this plateau, like, what next? See, like, you would think, like, once you reach the top, you would actually start thinking about shit outside of survival and actually start thinking about, like, real shit. Like, okay, so what is the actual meaning of life? What is the purpose of all this? What is all this for? I could understand an average person paying more attention to attention and fame, and because, you know, they've been brainwashed to think that is how you're going to reach fulfillment and peace. But then the people that's already there, that illusion has already broke for them. They know that that's not true. So instead of asking the real questions like, so what is the meaning of life? Is this all that there is to life? They're just loathing in it and enjoying it. And like, Are you stupid? Are you stupid? I don't. Are you stupid? Or have you just gotten so accustomed to the pain that you're just used to it being there? And it hasn't hit you yet that it's actually something that needs to be dealt with. Not your friend that's just been with you all your life that you just take along with you to your fucking demon trips. So now at the top it becomes an ego thing, a status thing. Okay, how much shit could I do to maintain this position? Or like, how famous could I get? Like, or like, let me really test like my influence for real. Like, how much shit could I get away with? See, I want you guys to understand something, and really hear me when I say it too. It's a pyramid effect. It's a pyramid. There's more people at the bottom, and it goes less and less and less the higher you go. Less people at the top. The 1%, right, is literally 1%. That's like what, 3,000 people? And they run the whole world. And then you got the billions at the bottom, right? But here's where y'all miss the point. Or here's what y'all don't get. We know that, okay, the people at the top influences the people at the bottom, provides for the people at the bottom, like the government and stuff. Right? And the people at the bottom, because we are at the bottom, we are the foundation of the entire pyramid. We literally support every step, every next level above us. We're literally carrying it on our backs. We're literally the foundation. Look at it like building blocks. We're the blocks at the bottom. Then every block on top of the bottom blocks is being supported by the bottom blocks. Imagine you pulling out gradually each brick off the pyramid scheme. Imagine you're taking one brick off. It's going to start to wobble. All the people at the top going to start to wobble, get unstable, not as stable materially, financially, status-wise as it once was. The whole pyramid is going to start to wobble. Take out some more blocks at the very bottom. The whole thing falls. The whole thing falls. Down to the 1% that's at the very top of the pyramid scheme. The whole thing falls. But it's not that simple. Because the ones at the top, everything at the top trickles down into the bottom. It starts, and you see this in life too. Like, this is in all realms of reality. It always starts up, then down, in, and then out. When you get in a car accident, it starts up in the mental first. First, you thought to yourself, turn right. Then it trickled down into your actions, you turning right, and then it trickled down into the 3D world as the result of a car accident. Everything starts within, then out, up, then down. Learn life. Because the Masons, the 1%, literally created this system mimicking how actual life works. And you literally see it right now in this example I'm giving you with the pyramid scheme, with the pyramid effect, with the low class, middle class, high class shadow government. So it starts with the motherfuckers at the top. Whatever they initiate trickles down to the government. A lot of people think that the government is the 1%, or like no, it's the government is the puppets for the 1%. The 1% is a complete mystery to anybody that you see in public with your physical eyes is a puppet. Is not part of the 1%. They are completely hidden. It starts with the 1%. The 1% then pulls the puppet strings of the government. And then the government, from the government, it trickles down into the celebrities. And then from the celebrities down to the influencers. Because influencers aren't necessarily celebrity status, but they're influencers, meaning that they have a large following and they have some influence, but they're not celebrity status yet, right? So then it trickles down to influencers. And then it trickles down to the everyday people. You see? For example, the AI shit, the AI stuff. It started with the shadow government because think about it. Everything that comes out into the world it seemingly comes out of nowhere. It comes from a place that we don't know where it comes from. Okay, so boom, that alone should already let you know that the shadow government that's hidden, it comes from them. Trickle down into the government approving of AI working in actual jobs, approving of AI helping teachers and students in the classroom. Trickles down to the governments. And then it trickles down to celebrities. Celebrities using AI in their music videos, promoting it, right? Making songs about it. Caesar literally made a music video doing a little lap dance to a fucking robot. And then it trickles down to us everyday people. And because the ones at the top are the bosses, right? They're the ones in charge. They get to decide how things go, not the people. And see, this is getting a little off topic with the title of female rappers being pretenders, but it's gonna all tie in together in a moment. The ones at the top, since they control everything else at the bottom, which is literally the whole entire world, if they want to brainwash you to believe whatever the fuck they want you to believe for their own personal agenda and manifestations, they can do that. People at the bottom, right? The everyday people, right? Literally funds and keeps the whole shit together. We're literally holding the whole thing up. But see, since they're the ones at the top have the most control, the most power, the most manifesting power as well, they can easily brainwash us, in which they have brainwashed us, to keep us within the pyramid scheme. because they have the most power and influence. And because we're trying to get where they are, we're trying to get to their level. It's like whatever they tell us, whatever they feed us, whatever we eat that shit up in hopes of moving up in the pyramid scheme. It's not until us, the everyday people at the bottom, stop and start questioning. Yes, the world, but mainly ourselves, because it starts with you. When we start questioning ourselves, why do I care so fucking much about having this or that or this? Even if the answer is obvious, say the answer so you can go deeper, because when you just reveal it, what will happen is another door will open and it will show you that it doesn't stop there. There's actually a more deeper meaning and reasoning behind that reason. Okay, there's another deeper meaning and reasoning behind that reason. And you just keep kind of going until you reach the ultimate conclusion of the truth of why you even fucking participate in a system that you're not happy in. And that's why I'm so passionate about exposing the industry, the music industry, the female rappers that are pushing dogma, bullshit, shit that they themselves don't even resonate with, they themselves don't even believe is true, just to keep a position, just because they're rich and they want to remain rich, because they don't know how to be happy within themselves. They need the money. And it sounds impossible to be happy within yourself until you actually start to pursue the impossible. And then now you'll understand why it's such an oversaid cliche saying. You see these female rappers, these female celebrities, these pretenders gotten influenced from the top and are now influencing the bottom, their fans, the everyday people. And instead of stopping for a second with their narcissism and their lack of morality and fucked up priorities, and actually go within themselves and question the fuck out of themselves, expose themselves, pull off the facades, and stop pretending, at least with themselves for a moment. They'll start asking the right questions, like, why do I do what I do? Why do I believe this? And so they can develop now a new purpose, a new mission, a new meaning to their worthless life of luxury. And actually fight for real shit, the truth. The shit that actually matters. Be the example, be the light, be a beacon of hope that nobody even knew was possible, that nobody even saw before. But the other problem is that majority of the world are baby spirits, meaning that their perimeter is small. They have a small soul. They lack experience. They lack awareness. They lack ability and they lack know-how. The only thing that they know how to do is what they've been doing. Back when they, as a spirit, was inside an animal body. Right? Survive, fuck, eat, indulge in your desires, fight fire with fire, like lions in a fucking jungle for a territory. they're spiritual wise, as a soul, as a spirit, they are still they are still an animal. Learn life. Learn life. Once upon a lifetime, you were a bug. You were a dog. Dogs that become pets are getting ready to be humans next lifetime. Yes. Yes. It's a transition though. Dogs being pets is their conscious ego mind is not doing it, but their soul is getting that experience of what it's like to be human because they're spending so much time with humans. And so now they have so much awareness and ability of human nature from being a pet for so many lifetimes that they can now incarnate as a human. The spirit, the soul can now experience a human vessel, a higher, less denser realm of reality with more freedom as a human. And more mental power as well. It's ascension, it's upgrade. I can go on a whole nother rant and tangent just with that there, but I'm not. Save that for another video, or if you have any questions, comment and we'll talk about it in the comments. It goes beyond people, it's businesses too. Like whatever is up on the pyramid scheme, that's what the everyday average person caters to. That's what we care about the most, pay more attention. That's our aim. We use it to justify where we are at in the pyramid scheme. Having a regular Walmart watch versus a Roy Royce watch would make you feel like you have more of a sense of status just because the watch is associated with a higher position in the pyramid scheme. Do you understand? So I'm just trying to get you to see that, like, put your ego aside, apply the same thing with people that's at the top of the pyramid. We look up to them. Whatever they associate with, we associate ourselves with, whether we're doing it subconsciously or consciously. They decide what's cool. They decide what's trending. They decide okay, if you do this, then that means you're up on the pyramid and you have some sort of status. So imagine if female rappers, these pretenders, stopped pretending. Stopped pretending. And started being the face, the example of true vulnerability. That's an earth angel. Someone who can let their vulnerability be their ego. Unlike group 2, who let their traumas be their ego. Let their traumas create who they currently are today. A monster. When they could have just let their vulnerability be who they are, be their ego. The motherfuckers at the top, the 1%, been doing this for 2,000 years. It's in our DNA. The brainwashing goes deep. You have to literally break generational curses. You have to literally restructure your DNA to break. It goes deep. So it makes you want to give them grace, but also at the same time, you have a mind. You have free will. And you have a soul, an all-knowing, powerful soul within you that be trying to reach out to your ass, especially at night when you can no longer hold back the tears. But you refuse to talk about it with yourself. You refuse to face it, especially group number fucking 2. Group number 1 and 2, both of them. How fucked up your morality is. How traumatized you are. How much healing you need to do. How unhappy you are. But instead of facing that, you're going to keep going. I'm going to end the video here. Because we discussed a lot already and we're like over 20-30 minutes in. So, reflect on everything talked about here. Understand that female rappers and discussing female rappers is not, or at least me, because a lot of channels talk about them just because it's a trending topic and they want views, or just for irrelevant reasons that is part of the problem. I talk about it to bring awareness. To showcase that this is important because of this. They're not important because they're trending and they're popular and because of who they are, because of their status. No, they're important because of the influence and power that they have over the majority of the world, right? The foundation, the millions of people at the bottom. That's why they matter. It's the only reason why they matter. Because of how much we let them influence us. So don't you ever get that fucked up.